Welcome back to the Deep Dive, where we kind of take a stack of sources and really pull out those insightful nuggets of knowledge. Today we're going to be diving into Charlie Mike, a true story of heroes who brought their mission home.
Okay.
And this book is really about veterans who found purpose and healing through service.
It is, and it's a really powerful story. I think it goes way beyond the battlefield.
Yeah.
You know, exploring how we all search for meaning and how service can impact us as humans.
Definitely. And the excerpts you sent over really focus on Jake Wood and Eric Greitens.
Right.
And these are two veterans who took very different paths.
Yeah.
But both ended up creating impactful initiatives like Team Rubicon and The Mission Continues.
Exactly.
What makes their stories so compelling to you?
Well, their journeys really highlight, I think, the complexities of transitioning back to civilian life after experiencing the intensity and the camaraderie of war. And the book also delves into the psychological impact of combat, the struggles with PTSD, and ultimately the power of community and service in healing.
Totally. Let's start with Jake Wood's experience in Haiti after the 2010 earthquake.
Okay.
He co-founded Team Rubicon, which is a veteran-led disaster relief organization, and it was fueled by a desire to help.
Yeah, and what's amazing to me is just their resourcefulness in the face of chaos. Like landing in Haiti with all this destruction around them and just using anything they could to provide medical aid and support to the people there.
Totally. And there's this really moving scene that the book describes where Jake and his friend Will McNulty were brought to tears while caring for a woman with advanced AIDS.
Wow!
And it really emphasizes the emotional weight of their work and that human connection.
Yeah. It's a stark contrast to some of the bureaucratic hurdles they faced. Like the encounter with that female major at the airport who tried to confiscate their supplies. It shows you the challenges they had to overcome even with this clear mission.
Totally. So now let's shift gears to Eric Greitens. His path is totally different from Jake's.
Yeah.
And really showcases a commitment to service from a young age.
Right.
Even during his time in China, he faced consequences for teaching English without a license.
Oh, wow.
But it shows his willingness to stand up for his beliefs.
He was definitely dedicated to pushing his limits.
Yeah.
That's clear in his boxing training with Earl Blair.
Yeah.
Which instilled a strong work ethic and mental resilience.
Totally. And then there's his experience in SEAL training, where he witnessed drug use among trainees.
Right.
And reported it even though he knew there'd be repercussions.
That's incredible.
It really speaks to his integrity.
It does.
And that moral compass.
Yeah.
His time in Fallujah leading a targeting cell also really shaped his path.
Absolutely.
It's where he lost his friend Travis Mannion.
Right.
A moment that deeply impacted his future.
And the book really portrays that constant danger they were in.
Yeah.
Like the chlorine bomb attack where Eric lost another friend, Joel Poudrier.
It's heavy stuff.
Yeah, just that constant threat and psychological toll.
Definitely. So these experiences, both the loss and the camaraderie, really solidified Eric's belief in supporting veterans.
Yeah.
And helping them find purpose.
It's interesting how both Jake and Eric, despite their different personalities and paths, they were both driven by this desire to serve.
Totally.
And that led them to create organizations that would allow veterans to continue serving.
Exactly. And that's where their paths converge.
Right.
Though in different ways through the establishment of Team Rubicon and
The mission continues.
Exactly. It's through these organizations that we see the impact of their experiences, not just on their own lives.
Yeah.
But on the lives of countless others.
Absolutely. And one individual deeply touched by Team Rubicon was Clay Hunt, a Marine who struggled with PTSD after returning from Iraq and Afghanistan.
His experience in Haiti with Team Rubicon was really transformative.
Yeah.
It gave him that sense of belonging and purpose he was searching for.
It's amazing how service can be so healing.
It really is. And Mike Pereira's story is another powerful example.
Yeah.
After losing his best friend in Afghanistan, he spiraled into despair.
It highlights the impact of loss on veterans and that struggle to move forward.
For sure. But like Clay, Mike also found healing through The Mission Continues.
He did. It shows that service can be a lifeline.
Totally. The book also tells the story of Natasha Young.
Right.
A Marine who battled cancer after her service.
Her resilience is inspiring.
It really is. She became a leader within the GAN. The Mission Continues.
Wow.
Proving that strength can come from adversity.
Absolutely.
And there's Mark Weber.
Okay.
A National Guard officer battling a terminal illness.
Oh, wow.
And he found peace by sharing his wisdom with other veterans.
It's about finding perspective, even in the face of death.
Yeah, these stories woven with Jake and Eric's journeys really illuminate the challenges veterans face.
They do.
And they showcase how organizations like Team Rubicon and The Mission Continues provide crucial support.
It's not just about disaster relief or community service. It's about purpose and support for those who served.
It's incredible how these organizations bring light into the lives of so many.
It is, and as we delve deeper into Charlie Mike, we'll see how these stories contribute to a larger narrative.
Okay.
About resilience, the power of service, and what it really means to be a hero.
Awesome. Well, let's take a quick break and we'll be right back to dive deeper into Charlie Mike.
And what's so fascinating is how Charlie Mike takes all these individual stories and weaves them into this bigger idea of service as healing.
Right.
And finding meaning. It's not just about, going out and helping others.
Yeah, it suggests that service can actually help you rediscover your purpose.
Exactly, especially for people dealing with trauma.
Yeah, and it really emphasizes community and having a shared purpose.
Right.
Like these veterans found strength in their shared experiences.
And a collective mission. It shows that connection is so powerful.
Totally. The book also digs into PTSD.
It does.
And gives us a glimpse into how complex it is.
Yeah.
And how we're still searching for the right treatments.
It's not just about, acknowledging that it exists.
Right.
It's about understanding the nuances.
Absolutely. And I think it's interesting how these veterans found ways to manage their PTSD through service.
They did.
And find peace in the midst of their struggles.
Yeah, it makes you think that maybe traditional therapies aren't the only answer.
Totally. Like maybe we need to explore alternative approaches.
Right, like purpose-driven action and community support.
Exactly. Charlie Mike also highlights the lasting impact of military service.
It does.
And this deep desire to continue serving even after leaving the military.
It's like that commitment becomes part of who they are.
Yeah, and they find new ways to contribute.
Exactly, and I think through their actions, they challenge our ideas of what a hero is.
Totally.
They redefine service. It's not just about bravery on the battlefield.
Right.
It's about courage and compassion in everyday life.
So for our listener, what really stands out to you from these stories?
Yeah.
How do they challenge your own views on service and heroism?
It's a good question. I think these narratives remind us that service doesn't have to be some grand gesture.
Right.
It's about finding ways to contribute, to make a difference, no matter who you are or what you've been through.
Charlie Mike really inspires us to look beyond ourselves.
It does.
And see the needs of our communities.
Yeah.
It encourages us to find our own ways to serve big or small.
Exactly. And, we all have something to offer.
Totally.
Some way to make the world a better place.
These veterans show us the power of service.
They do.
Not just for themselves, but for everyone.
And they demonstrate that true heroism is about using your experiences and your compassion to create positive change.
It's about finding purpose and making a difference.
That's it.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Charlie Mike, what are the key takeaways for you?
Yeah, what inspires you? What calls to action come to mind?
How can you apply these stories to your own life?
Because these aren't just stories, they're invitations to discover your own potential for service and meaning.
They challenge us to think about how we can contribute to a world that needs more compassion.
Absolutely, more action, more people willing to step up.
And if you want to explore these ideas further and dive deeper into the lives of these veterans, we highly recommend checking out Joe Klein's Charlie Mike.
It's a moving book that will stay with you.
It really is a testament to the power of the human spirit.
And the transformative power of service.
We'll include a link in the show notes so you can buy the book.
Perfect.
It's definitely a story worth sharing.
Yeah.
And hopefully you'll spread the message too.
But, reading the book is just the beginning.
Right.
It's really about taking action in our own lives.
Yeah.
Like, how can we find our own Charlie Mike moments, those opportunities to make a difference?
It's a powerful challenge. And it doesn't have to be something huge.
Right.
It could be volunteering or supporting a cause.
Absolutely. Or just helping someone in need.
Exactly. Just those small acts of service that really make an impact.
And you never know, you might inspire others to do the same.
Totally. It's like a ripple effect.
Exactly.
These veterans teach us that service isn't a destination. It's a journey.
It is.
It's about constantly looking for ways to contribute.
And to connect with something bigger than ourselves.
Right. And it's a journey anyone can take.
That's the point.
No matter your background.
Charlie Mike shows us that we can all be heroes.
Yeah.
Find purpose in service and leave the world better than we found it.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into Charlie Mike,
Okay.
don't just listen to these stories. Really let them sink in.
Let them challenge you.
Yeah, let them inspire you.
Find your own path.
Exactly. And don't let the inspiration stop here.
Right.
Share this episode, talk about the book, keep the conversation going.
And if you're ready to take that next step,
yeah,
grab a copy of Charlie Mike through the link in our show notes.
It supports the show and lets you dive even deeper.
So thanks for joining us on this journey.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
We'll be back soon with another deep dive into something that matters.
Until then, keep learning, keep asking questions.
And keep making a positive impact.
See ya.